I think I need to respond to a few more comments, and there's one which is calling me out for, in fact, it uses the term hypocrite, pointing out quite accurately that when the consulate in, the consulate in Syria was attacked, I immediately blamed Netanyahu, which I still do. That's my opinion, and I thought that it was a foolish move. It's still my opinion, and I still believe so. It doesn't mean that it's legally or politically proven that it was an attack by Israel. And the enormous drone attack by Iran is based on little more than my observations, or something like my observations, that I suspect that the hand of Netanyahu is behind that. I don't think there's any proof. Israel hasn't admitted it. And I don't think there's any direct evidence that it was an Israeli attack. We can speculate. I can speculate. I don't think by pointing that out that makes me a hypocrite. I think it simply means I'm prepared to hold two slightly different views at the same time, which is a rational position. But one of the problems with YouTube and with this whole dynamic of the vlog is there's a desire to be talking in an echo chamber, and I try very hard to avoid that. I try very hard to look at more than one view at the same time, and to balance one view against another, and to be opinionated, because you can go to other sources for the news. Here, I hope you're going to get an opinion, and you're going to get some analysis of facts. Not very much analysis, because I want to squeeze it into about 3 minutes, and not much more than that. But I think the Iranian response was foolish. And in the same way, I'm afraid, I think Israel's planned response at the moment is foolish. Last night's defense of Israeli territory is something to be applauded. And it was a spectacular demonstration of the effectiveness of the Iron Dome and the defensive capability of the Israeli military machine. That's admirable. But a counterattack today, in defiance particularly of Western advice and of President Biden, or British advice from many different countries not to stoke tension in the area, not to inflame tension, I think an Israeli strike is foolish. So there we are. Maybe I'm contradicting myself, but I'm quite happy to live with that. And some of these people who put forward comments, I don't think I'm actually going to mention their names, because they're such regular contributors, and I must say I quite enjoy the repartee, but they seem to spend a lot of time looking at my site, and it's always the same. It's always the same people. To the extent that I often wonder whether or not it's just one person with a multiplicity of YouTube names. It may well be, who knows. But if it is more than one person, it's nice to have the extra views. But yeah, it's perfectly possible to hold opinions which seem contradictory. And that is simply human. We cannot be as logical and as dispassionate as the echo chamber wants us to be, unless we are literally going to be reciting somebody else's slogans. And I try very hard not to do that. So apologies if I'm causing offence, but that's my analysis of the situation.